Good morning. It's the 4th of April, 2020. Bitcoin longs are down over this period of time. Bitcoin shorts are still strong through this period of time, but Ichimoku Cloud is looking really bullish. So I'm keen to go through today's episode. Let's start off the routine with the relative strength index on the weekly time frame. Still watching for any answer as to how we're going to go through this resistance or if we're going to bounce off and come back. So I am really watching to see how the RSI is transitioning through this period now as we're moving ahead. The big thing I'm watching for is for this trend line to break. Let me lighten this up a little. So when this trend line breaks one way or the other day, we said that that's going to be really important, and it's broken just a little higher. Into the 12-hour time frame, it still hasn't broken this trend line as I was expecting. That this triangle formation here is going to give us a sharp breakdown and that we would get a good divergence in the RSI building up underneath this as a nice 1, 2, 3 formation. Let's zoom into the 4-hour time frame because now it's just a matter of watching this, except the Ichimoku Cloud is making me think that this is going to go up from here. On the 4-hour time frame, just to get a picture of it, we have these 3 bottoms as we went along here. It's edging up just a little. So it's pulled back far enough to give itself space to go up into a more overbought territory as we're breaking out of that if it does. In the 1-hour time frame, here's a downtrend that just got broken to the bullish side. Downtrend, bullish side, downtrend, bullish side, down. Hey, look at that. I hadn't noticed that pattern before. And it's only on the short time frame, really. The weekly is showing a good reversal in the bottom volume that we did not have through this period of time. That's a very important reversal of volume that we didn't have through here either. There's our reversal of volume. That came a lot faster here. Let's zoom in on it. Even though it doesn't seem as big, it's holding steady. We have 3 good swaths of volume on that. We zoom in on this. They are a little easier, but that's pretty steady. I like it. Now, if I get into the 4-hour time frame, this is where we need to see it turn positive now as we're breaking up above this. And with the RSI giving us the juice there on the 1-hour time frame, we can see the volume is quite strong. It isn't yet as strong as we had in these 2 surges, but that's looking good all the way along here. This is where it gets fun for me. The weekly Ichimoku Cloud, the blue and the red line are one on top of the other now. That is notable, especially when the daily blue line is crossed above the red. This generally happens just between the number 2 and the number 3 point. I am excited by this. As we get into the 12-hour, we are moving through the cloud. That's 1 of 4. We twisted to the positive. That's 2 of 4. We have a blue line above the red line. That's 3 of 4. And with the trailing indicator is almost cut through everything. And of course, this is really important because of the 1, 2, 3 that we're sitting on here, and that we're making a larger 1, 2, 3 formation here and sort of breaking out of it. These are all really bullish setups for me. It depends on your risk control rules after this. Let's zoom in on the 4-hour time frame, still holding bullish in all 4 Ichimoku Cloud components that I look for. And if you know more about Ichimoku Cloud that I'm missing here, please leave a comment down in the description down below. Come and join us over on Discord. We have automatic notifications going on for these indicators. So when Ichimoku crossed positive, we were getting those notifications. Here on the 1-hour time frame, we could be getting the buy signal in the uptrend. On this time frame, this would be giving us a buy signal in the uptrend on that cross. You know, pretty much just at the same time that the RSI is giving us those pullback and move forward here on the 1-hour time frame. So this is looking pretty good. I expect that to twist positive, the blue to cross above the red as we're breaking up above this. And those are all confirmations. In the weekly MACD indicator, my eye goes directly to the cross of the exponential moving average. And then I see that the red histogram has gotten weaker. It's gone to the darker red. That means it's shrinking. And that's good. It's losing down momentum. In the daily time frame, we are parallel arms upward, and that histogram is held steady, where it was very weak before and did not hold steady before. This is a different recovery than what we saw in the past. We didn't go parallel arms up right off that bottom. they certainly can oscillate now from where they are, and that's what I've been expecting, is them to oscillate as well and give us that divergence as maybe we're making a double bottom. It doesn't have to. If it keeps going parallel arms up, it can go way up above the zero lines. On the 12-hour time frame, here again, as that was coming weaker and going to cross, the bears were getting ready for it, but it's gone past that level. It's moved up. So long as these histograms continue to grow and this stays parallel arms upwards as we're breaking out, this is supporting what the Ichimoku cloud is saying. The 4-hour time frame has been, almost gone bearish right there. Certainly it was a freaky time, but now this is looking like an ascending wedge rather than a top formation, which means that we are going to get a move up, probably to the 8,500, come back to the test the 7,500, and should we do that, we are golden for a change of direction. Now that has reset this whole pullback, and we have to reevaluate everything. I want to zoom into the 1-hour time frame because the RSI was giving us this cross all the way along, and here we see it right now on the MACD as well. So we have some interesting details in the relative strength index. We have the on-balance volume that's supporting it. The Ichimoku cloud is decidedly bullish, and now the MACD indicator is coming along to support it. What is our Bollinger Bands telling us? Of course, first of all, we have the pillar bottom. This mean reversion off of that third standard deviation only happened 3 times before. Here are 2 of them. Before we zoom into the daily time frame, the weekly has got to move its way above this midline in order to us to go back into a bullish stance. So long as we're below this midline, we're still bearish and just bouncing around. Let's zoom in on this. The daily time frame, we're above it with our 1, 2, 3 building. So should we continue upwards, we will pass that midline in the weekly version. The 12-hour is getting very narrow. We're up above the midline. We did have a mean reversion that I was watching for right there, but it hasn't really materialized strong. So no matter what trade you get into, you have to have risk control rules at the very beginning of the trade. So here in the 4-hour time frame, we can see that mean reversion matched up for the 12-hour just as it did here. So I'm still watching for this to be like a top formation out of this trend. But with Ichimoku and all of the other indicators going so bullish, now I'm just observing what Bollinger Bands are doing, because I want to know when a mean reversion is a quality one and when it is a failing mean reversion that is actually just a movement up in the trend. And those happen as well. So now in the 1-hour time frame, I'm just zooming in on this to see how this mean reversion is playing out, because we still have lower highs along here. So I'm still learning about the mean reversions here for the Bollinger Bands and mapping out how they are working with the other indicators. And of particular interest to me is what is going on with Bitcoin dominance. As we are coming to the bottom of this trend line, I'm really keen to see which way we are going, because breaking above these levels as Bitcoin is going up means that the alts are getting crushed even more. So as we are moving in this direction, alts are going to be suffering big time. But if we are starting to break down this way, the alts are going to be going up like crazy. And I'm watching to see when does that split happen. Let's zoom in on Bitcoin dominance, because a shift seems to be building up where we have dominance changing to go up with Bitcoin going up instead of Bitcoin dominance going up while Bitcoin is dropping. So something is changing direction, and I am paying close attention because I do have some alts that I'll have to release and change them back into Bitcoin if Bitcoin dominance is moving above these levels. And at the same time, I have most of my Bitcoin ready and aiming for when these altcoins do start to go, I'm prepared to get into the altcoin season. On the 12-hour time frame, we can see where that wildness is starting to happen. We have these big wicks going in both directions for Bitcoin dominance. The market is uncertain. However, as we're zooming in on this, we can see that generally, as Bitcoin's prices are going up, dominance is rising, which means that altcoins are getting crushed. We'll keep watching Bitcoin dominance, but we get even closer than Bitcoin dominance, and we go through every single one of the currencies, and we grade them all against the very same trading plan so that we can give them a grading. Either orange, they're nearly failing to new lows, they are gray, which is neutral, or they are yellow and green, which is going up. So we can see that this chart shows all of our neutrals right here. And during the last bull run, as we had most of our hold status coins, you can see all of the neutrals came down, down, down as we came into that bull market. One thing that's really interesting is I can pull out the data on the alerts and the hold status coins. Through September, we could see that the alerts went up, but the hold statuses didn't. Again, the alerts went up and the hold statuses went up a little bit, but in February, when the alerts went up, the hold statuses were going up at the same time. So there was a steady churn of alts going from neutral into alert and then from alert into hold, while new coins came from neutral into alert status here. Currently, we can see that we have a bunch of coins very close to the alert status, ready to go into the bull market if Bitcoin dominance starts to drop. The important thing to notice is that Bitcoin dominance is a great average, but it is hiding a whole bunch of the most important information about which coins are strongest and which coins are weakest. What we get with Bitcoin dominance is the average. And if you're just trading by Bitcoin dominance, you are definitely going to be missing out on the front edge of the coins that are taking off. And these are the projects that already have investor backing. Not only are the altcoins today suffering from new technology and the fact that most businesses fail when they start out, now they are facing coronavirus squeeze as well. So knowing what's going on inside your altcoin portfolio is going to be very important for holding bags forever that are just not going to go up, and they're going to be delisted because the projects are not working. Or you're going to have the correct coins in your portfolio, and what a difference that's going to make. To learn more about the Bull Market Watch, head over to the website Introtocryptos.ca and sign up for the monthly campaign so that you don't miss out when things start. If you watch Bitcoin dominance dropping, those first running coins are already taking off out of the gate, and all of those near fail status coins are holding back the overall Bitcoin dominance average, so you don't get to see which are the coins taking off. That's why we put this together in the Bull Market Watch. And that wraps it up for today's episode. I'll be watching the Ichimoku cloud throughout the day, and if you'd like to get these alerts for free, come over and join us on our Discord chat so that you are continuing on this conversation throughout the rest of the day. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in again. Bye for now.